If you smell.
I'm taking back what's mine, I ain't giving in. Do what they tell me, nah, I ain't listening. Can't deny I was made for this. Shove it back in the faces you say I'd miss. I'm taking back what's mine, I ain't giving in. Do what they tell me, nah, I ain't listening. Can't deny I was made for this. Shove it back in the faces you say I'd miss. Can't help but feeling like a beast in the cage. Somebody let me out, I'm about to face on the rage. I'm piecing the plays together while you sleep on the way. That I keep on it 24/7, I'll sleep in the grave. And you can bet that, cause if you're thinking for a minute that you're catching me slipping, you can forget that. It's probably obvious I came for the throne. Snatch the crown from your dome, now the king's come home. I'm taking back what's mine, I ain't giving in. Do what they tell me, nah, I ain't listening. Can't deny I was made for this. Shove it back in the faces you say I'd miss. I'm taking back what's mine, I ain't giving in. Do what they tell me, nah, I ain't listening. Can't deny I was made for this. Shove it back in the faces you say I'd miss. Pay attention, better listen close to the knowledge I've been dropping off the top. I'm on a mission, so put in the work and then you get the dough. And if you gotta sacrifice it all to get it, then you get it, go. Damn right, that's the mind state of the savage. On path with a time frame, aligned to define fate. Tried through the times and the mind games. That's why I do it my way, and I say I'm taking back what's mine, I ain't giving in. Do what they tell me, nah, I ain't listening. Can't deny I was made for this. Shove it back in the faces you say I'd miss. I'm taking back what's mine, I ain't giving in. Do what they tell me, nah, I ain't listening. Can't deny I was made for this. Shove it back in the faces you say I'd miss.
If you smell what the rock is cooking. The rock says, the rock says, the rock says, the rock.
I hear voices in my head, they count to me, they understand, they talk to me. You got your rules and your religion, all designed to keep you safe. But when rules start getting broken, you start questioning your faith. I have a voice that is my savior, hates to love and loves to hate. I have a voice that has the knowledge and the power to your fate. I hear voices crying, I see heroes dying, I taste blood that's drying, I feel tension rising. I hear voices in my head.
Hello and welcome to the WWE Wrestling Talk Show with Reese Rock Jones and
Sean Randy Smith, and we will give you the card for this Saturday's NXT Takeover Toronto.
yes, it is summertime, which means we go back to NXT Takeover as well as the biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam. However, This year they do not come at us from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, no, we don't.
We head across the border to Toronto and the Scotiabank Arena, formerly known as the Air Canada Centre.
Yes, and we bring you at least 5 matches for this card.
NXT Takeover comes at us on Saturday night, the 10th of August. And here we have at least 5 matches, starting with the main event. For the past few takeovers, Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano have gone at each other for the NXT Championship. Now they will end it once and for all in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the NXT Championship, when Adam Cole is the defending champion.
Now, the first fall has yet to be determined. I don't know what match that is.
Not quite. Well, it's a bit of a tricky situation, because in this match, 2 of the falls were chosen by Gargano and Cole.
With the first,
Gargano was given the choice, and he chose that at least one of the falls be a street fight.
right.
Adam Cole chose a fall to be a normal singles match. If a third fall is needed, that will be chosen by NXT General Manager William Regal.
But who do we see coming out of NXT Takeover Toronto as the champion?
It's a bit of a weird one, because rumours are speculating that Johnny Gargano's former tag team partner and bitter rival and former NXT champion Tommaso Ciampa is scheduled to make a return in mid to late August.
So maybe he may try and interfere in that.
So, yeah, the question is, do you have Cole go against Gargano? Or do you have Gargano go again? Do you have Cole against Ciampa? Or do you have Gargano Ciampa again?
Only time will tell.
And it's of course a speculation of the time, considering that it's that time of year again, that the loser of this match may go up to the main roster.
Oh yes, that is a good point.
Now we go to the NXT Tag Team Championships.
Oh yes.
When the Raw Tag Team Champions, NXT Tag Team Champions,
The Street Profits
will go against the Undisputed Era of Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. Now, my major issue with this, especially if the Undisputed Era win, they spent like 90% of last year as NXT Tag Team Champions. Do we really need to go back to them again?
But the Street Profits have been showing up on Monday Night Raw as of late.
Yes, with the NXT Championships around their waist. And there's also something else which may sway the Undisputed Era to go into this and come out victorious, and that is the next match, which is a triple threat match for the NXT North American Championship, in which the Velveteen Dream
Defends his championship against Roderick Strong
and the former United Kingdom champion Pete Dunne,
who is now exclusively back on NXT.
Now, the reason I brought up the whole thing of maybe having the Undisputed Era win, because if Adam Cole retains against Johnny Gargano, if the Undisputed Era win the NXT Tag Team Championships, and Roderick Strong comes out victorious in this triple threat match, then the Undisputed Era will control every championship in NXT apart from the Women's Championship. Speaking of the NXT Women's Championship,
that will be on the line as Shayna Baszler puts her title on the line against Mia Yim, also known to some people as Jade.
copyright
Yeah, I can't say that.
from,
But the young upstart, Mia Yim.
and then we kind of had the feeling that this last match would happen after failing to win the Women's Championship on several situations. Io Shirai will now go one-on-one with former best friend, if you can call it that, but also Mrs. Gargano, Candice LeRae. Do we really see Candice winning that?
I would say no.
Not realistically, although you never know. This is Triple H runs things here, not Vince McMahon.
True. But speaking of that, we will speak about another one very shortly.
Let's join us in a couple of minutes where we shall jump the gun to the main event on Sunday night. That is WWE's biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam.
Faceless, we were born for greatness. Somebody sound the alarm. A fire was set in the dark. It's time that you know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless. We were born for greatness. It doesn't matter if the world is gone mad. If we just hold on, if we just hold on, yeah. The sky is falling and the world is gone mad. And we sing our songs and we just hold on, yeah. So if you're running, stop running. One life, one chance, start living. Sing it louder just to let the world know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless. We were born for greatness. We're not nameless, we're not faceless. We were born for greatness. We're not nameless, we're not faceless. We were born for greatness. They say that I'm reckless because I'm relentless. They spit on my face and curse on my name and taking my life in vengeance. Yeah, you can try and blame us and try and take what's sacred, but we're not nameless, we're not faceless. We were born for greatness. Somebody sound the alarm. A fire was set in the dark. It's time that you know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless. We were born for greatness. It doesn't matter if the world is gone mad. If we just hold on, if we just hold on, yeah. The sky is falling and the world is gone mad. And we sing our songs and we just hold on, yeah. So if you're running, stop running. One life, one chance, start living. Sing it louder just to let the world know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless. We were born for greatness. We're not nameless, we're not faceless. We were born for greatness. us, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. Somebody sound the alarm. It's time that you know. It doesn't matter if the world is going mad, if we just hold on, if we just hold on, yeah. Sing it louder just to let the world know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. We were born for greatness. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. Red alert, John, shine a light down. On the front lines of my mind now. Riding my time on the high ground. Blinded but I'm still alive, shout oh. They said we're lucky to have got this far, and that is not worth fighting for. The words are written on the wall. Come on and fight back, no starting over again. We'll take it right back from the ones we're again. It's time to rise up, even though they left us for dead. This is our last stand. Take a chance now and draw a line in the sand. It's in our hands now, no living with regret. It's time to rise up, even though they left us for dead. This is our last stand. Fretting what's right on my heels, sweat on my skin, pins and needles. Forget it all right, can you feel that this is our time? Make it real, shout oh. They said we're lucky to have got this far, and that it's not worth fighting for. The words are written on the wall. Come on and fight back, no starting over again. We'll take it right back from the ones we're again. It's time to rise up, even though they left us for dead. This is our last stand. Take a chance now and draw a line in the sand. It's in our hands now, no living with regret. It's time to rise up, even though they left us for dead. This is our last stand. They said we're lucky to have got this far, and that it's not worth fighting for. The words are written on the wall. Come on and fight back, no starting over again. We'll take it right back from the ones we're again. It's time to rise up, even though they left us for dead. This is our last stand. Take a chance now and draw a line in the sand. It's in our hands now, no living with regret. It's time to rise up, even though they left us for dead. This is our last stand. This is our last
And we are back to present to you the biggest party of the summer.
SummerSlam.
So we have 10 matches on the match card, 9 of which are likely to take place on the main show, and one of which is likely to take place on the
Pre-show.
pre-show. So we shall start with that match, and it is the match for the pre-show, Cruiserweight Championship. When Drew Gulak defends against only Logan.
I think, just to gloss over this match, we just think that Drew Gulak is going to retain this title. And we'll just move on with our
He
lives.
should. Next, we have coming up first on the main card, a WrestleMania rematch.
But it'll be for the Universal Championship.
Now, this whole thing with the current reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar,
Oh, jeez.
goes against Seth Rollins. And this whole thing really dates back to WrestleMania 31.
It does indeed.
When Seth Rollins cashed in his Money in the Bank contract in the heist of essentially to steal the WWE Championship from Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania.
Correct.
Then Lesnar they were to go their separate ways for a while. That is until Lesnar became Universal Champion at WrestleMania 33.
When he be another individual that we'll mention later on.
Then he would lose the Universal Championship, funnily enough, at SummerSlam last year.
To the big dog, Roman Reigns.
But then would win it back at Crown Jewel to Roman Reigns' leukemia diagnosis. Only to lose it again to the winner of the Royal Rumble match, Seth Rollins, despite giving Rollins a beatdown before the match even started.
But now it seems...
Then Brock Lesnar would win a match at Money in the Bank for the Money in the Bank contract, which he was not even part of to begin with.
He would then, at Extreme Rules, cash in.
After a failed cash-in at Super Showdown. Then, over the past 2 weeks on Monday Night Raw, he has given Seth Rollins a beatdown, which on paper you would think would give him an advantage going into this match. But we all saw what happened at WrestleMania. They could easily go down that route again. And please, can someone please inform either Vince McMahon, who technically is and Paul Heyman, who's now head of
Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, that with a certain new promotion who shall remain nameless in this,
Yes.
starting up, we cannot afford to have a part-time world champion.
Yes. But this next match, however, may change your mind. As the man, Becky Lynch, puts her Raw Women's title on the line against friend-turned-rival Natalya in a submission match.
Yes, this match is not just any match, it is a ritual case of the sharpshooter versus the disarmer, yes. And another interesting fact to consider here, since its creation at WrestleMania 32, the Raw Women's Championship has changed hands at every SummerSlam.
Oh, yes, it has. Which odds don't go well for the man.
Plus, the Hart family has relative success when it comes to championship matches at SummerSlam, with the Hart Foundation winning tag team titles at SummerSlam 1990. Bret Hart himself winning the WWF Championship
As it was back then.
at SummerSlam 97. And Natalya herself becoming SmackDown Women's Champion a few years ago at SummerSlam. Speaking of the SmackDown Women's Championship, that will also be defended when the huggable one, Bayley, defends against Ember Moon.
Now, this match should be interesting, deciding what they do with this match.
Yes. These are two former NXT Women's Champions going at each other, so you would think that they would put on a good match. I would like to think that they would give a slightly longer reign to Women's Champion to Bayley than what they did when she was Raw Women's Champion.
Yeah.
And considering the fact that Ember Moon, if I remember correctly, came up to the main roster, then got injured a little, I personally do not feel that she's ready to hold the championship.
But we will see, though. For this next match,
also, like its Raw counterpart, however, the SmackDown Women's Championship has also changed hands at every SummerSlam since its creation.
Oh yes, that has as well. You're right.
Now, this next match
Involves one of us.
has not happened in 10 years and holds a very good place in the heart of one superstar. Last time SummerSlam came at us from Toronto in 2004.
Yes.
For the past 4 months, Kofi Kingston has reigned SmackDown as the WWE Champion. But now, he faces his toughest challenge when he goes against the Apex Predator, the Viper, Randy Orton.
Now, I would like to win this match and become the new WWE Champion. But I can honestly see Kofi Kingston walking out of that still WWE World Champion.
Well, let's take a look back. In 2009, Randy Orton started a feud with Kingston after blaming him for losing the championship to John Cena. That would lead into a Team Kingston versus Team Orton match at Survivor Series, with Kingston won being the sole survivor. Kingston would also destroy Randy Orton's car.
Yes.
They would go one-on-one with each other at the 2009 TLC pay-per-view, which Randy Orton won, and the rivalry would sort of just fizzle out there. However, as I mentioned last time, the Air Canada Centre or Scotiabank Arena holds a very special place in Randy Orton's WWE career, because it was right here where he defeated he who must not be named, Benoit.
Oh, once we mentioned it, sorry.
to become World Heavyweight Champion in 2004
Making me the youngest world champion on record.
and win his first of 13 World Championships. Now, this next match has a long history behind it as well.
As Kevin Owens takes on Shane McMahon, but with a stipulation in force.
Yes, if Kevin Owens loses this match, he will be forced to quote-unquote quit WWE. This dates back to SummerSlam 2017, in which Shane McMahon was the special guest referee in the United States Championship match between AJ Styles and Kevin Owens, and that kind of got physical.
Yes.
That would then lead into Shane McMahon attacking Kevin Owens when Kevin Owens mentioned Shane McMahon's kids, which is something you do not do.
No, you do not do that.
Then that would lead into Vince McMahon getting into the picture and getting what's the correct term of phrase, his ass kicked for his troubles.
Yeah.
And that led into the Hell in a Cell match between them.
In which Sami Zayn appeared and helped Kevin Owens win the match.
Before they turned the cell into this red thing.
Oh, yes.
That would then lead into Daniel Bryan's return to the ring at WrestleMania 34, in which he would team with Shane McMahon to take on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, which would lead into Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn having to go over to Monday Night Raw, which put a slight stop on this issue between them. And then, of course, Kevin Owens would get injured and then come back to SmackDown, which he would start off with having a brief program with Kofi Kingston over the WWE Championship.
Yes, and then that fizzled out.
But he is now, like pretty much every fan everywhere, gets sick and tired of Shane McMahon lapping up so much screen time and referring to himself as the best in the world.
Who do you think you are, Shane McMahon? A name who should not be mentioned. CM Punk.
Now, Shane McMahon is probably going to attempt, I do stress attempt, to have some help here.
From Drew McIntyre and Elias.
But I would like to think that they would have Kevin Owens win this match, because otherwise there is no reason to have him quote-unquote quit WWE. I mean, it's not like he needs to take time off. I mean, the guy literally just came back from an injury a couple of months ago.
Yeah, literally.
Next, it is Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt, which in all likelihood should be the Demon versus the Fiend.
Bray Wyatt has started using this new gimmick since he returned from injury.
But he has not had a singles match yet, and realistically, especially with the fact that Finn Balor has requested time off, I think Bray Wyatt should become